This is a crypto comedy. I mean,
it is. I like comedy. Like,
yeah, crypto comedy.
keep them coming.
Or maybe a soap opera. I think the best way to handle those things is have a good laugh.
That's right.
But
That's
also
right.
understand the psychology why people feel that way. And I think it's very important thing to kind of like get into and discuss the inner workings of the human mind. So we're early in crypto still. And that actually means that if somebody directs attention somewhere else, you would actually have an impact on your project.
Tell me more
So,
about that.
well, specifically imagine a crypto project launching, but the people in the world, the population is limited. And then somebody else makes something a little bit better or just different color, it doesn't matter. And people start talking about something else. So all of a sudden you feel like the oxygen is leaving the room you were in with your original project because there isn't enough people participating. Anyone who has a better story, better design, better strategy, it doesn't even matter what it is. As long as there is more noise, the signal actually gets drawn out in noise.
Sure.
And that is dangerous for people who bought the top. Because think about it, if you bought the top at Hex at 50 whatever cents, and now it's sitting at 3 cents, and everything's going down, and you don't want it to go down. You literally, every time you look at the chart, it's a reminder how much money you have lost if you were to sell today, if you're not staked. Or even if you staked, doesn't matter. And that applies to every project out there. So that's why Cardano community fights Solana community.
Yeah.
Like they have team of FUDers and people like that are continuously attacking each other. And this sort of tribalism gets reinforced. And that's due to the fact that there isn't enough people to go around. And whenever the relatively small project, and I would say that Hex, for example, is not really a large project. It's kind of like an outlier compared to Cardano and Solana and those things.
Sure.
For example, crypto projects with their own chains. They're huge. And their infighting is intense. Like I think Charles Hoskinson mentioned that he was called a petulant child by an XRP person. And that got him very, very upset because he has spent his life making Cardano better and he was the original founder of Ethereum. And people are upset at him for talking about regulation and how things should be. And so those things that we experience in the crypto world are very, very common just because it's still being developed. And there's a lot of accessibilities available. Like you do not need to be a computer science genius to open a Coinbase account and start investing into crypto or use Uniswap. I mean, technically, it's not very hard. So you're not really thinking deeply about what you're doing. And the only thing that you can do, you will do everything that will affect the price of your project positively. Like specifically, if it's not talking about other projects or attacking other projects, you would be doing that, or you would be inclined to do that if that's what you desire to do. So it's interesting, but it's very, very common. It's common among all projects.
Sure. It's basically perceived as a threat and there's more noise being said about something else. And if the attention goes over there, then I'm not going to get back to where I wanted to be in my particular investment.
Yeah. And this is internet. I mean, on internet, when you don't show your face on a stream, you can type anything and you feel like you can get away with it. So this sort of chat text culture brings the worst in people because they feel like it's not even their persona, visceral part of their personality that usually is kept hidden. But because their face is not in front of our face, we don't see them and we don't know who they are, they can express that part of their self, kind of like giving it a little bit of an outlet.
Yeah.
So blowing steam in the chat. And that's how the troll culture exists everywhere outside of crypto world too.